All right, so let's go ahead. So if you know the answer, we can just go ahead and answer. I'll probably go around and we'll answer questions one at a time. So let's go ahead and start with online. All right. So Lyric, what happened to Samson's Philistine wife, the first Philistine wife that he had? Remember, after he had the problem with the riddle, they solved the riddle. That all happened. So what he left because he was upset. So what happened to her, the Philistine wife that he had? What did her father do?
He gave him another guy.
Yeah, so she married someone else, right? Okay, so Narayo, how did Samson feel about his wife being given away to someone else? He was angry about it, right? So angry. Harlem, what did Samson do because he was angry that his wife was given away to another man? So what did he do to the Philistines?
Killed him?
Not that moment. He did something like before that, and that's what caused them to have conflict. He ended up doing something. Faith, what did he end up doing? He was upset with them. He was angry with them because of what they had done to him by taking away his wife. Not quite. Okay, Hannah, what did he do?
He grabbed a jawbone from a donkey.
Before that.
I know.
Before that. He did something before all of that. This was, yeah. Okay, Taylin. Yes, he got the foxes. Remember, he tied the tails of the foxes and he put the fire and he burned their crops. Yeah, that's what he did, because he did that because he found out that they had gave away his wife. So because he did that, that's what led to the Philistines coming to capture him. Remember, they had went to the tribe of Judah. They said, give us Samson, right? And so they went to get him in the rocks. That is when they came to capture Samson, the Spirit of the Lord came upon Samson. And what did Samson do? In that moment, what did he do? Dennis, what did he do when they came to capture him? You're on mute.
He broke out the ropes.
He what?
He broke out the ropes.
Okay, he did break out of the ropes. They had tied him up. And then what did he do after that? He found something and did something else.
He found a Philistine woman.
Say it again.
He found a Philistine woman.
Not that. Okay, let's see. Kinley, what did he do? Remember, they tried to capture him. The Spirit of the Lord came upon him. He was strengthened and he found something and did something with the thing that he found.
He found a lion.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Camille, what did he do when they tried to capture him?
He found a donkey jawbone and got them.
Yes, that's when he found the jawbone of the donkey. Remember? Something that wasn't even a weapon he used as a weapon, right? To fight against the Philistines. Yes, and so how many Philistines did he slay with that jawbone? 1,000 of the Philistines were slayed with the jawbone of the donkey. So after this, remember, everyone was afraid of Samson. It wasn't just the Philistines, but also the Israelites were afraid of him too, right? So Samson was considered a champion. He would, do whatever he wanted because everyone knew they could not capture him. They could not defeat him. He was strong. So he would often go to the Philistine cities, right? So he goes to a Philistine city again. And remember, that's where he saw the woman. So, but the men in the Philistine city, when they saw Samson was in their city and that he was, they knew that he was kind of off guard. Basically, he wasn't, paying attention to them. What did the men in the Philistine city decide that they were going to do? What did they decide that they wanted to do? Solomon?
Samson found a Philistine woman.
Well, no. What did the Philistine, when I remember, he did find a Philistine woman, but what did the Philistine men plan to do to Samson when he was in their city?
Trying to capture him.
To capture him, right? They said, this is our perfect opportunity to capture Samson. We're going to get him. But Samson found out about their plot and he escaped. But when he escaped out of the city, what did he take with him? That was like, wow. What did he take? He took the gates of the city, right? Remember, he broke the gates of the city and took it with him and carried it away. Yeah. So once again, they see how strong Samson is. So then, after this, Samson ends up meeting another Philistine woman. What was her name? Avaya, what was her name? This Philistine woman that he met.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just going around. That's what I'm doing. And Delilah, yes. Her name was Delilah. So now he meets Delilah. So Delilah, though, Samson thought she was, a very nice woman, right? But secretly, what did the Philistine men want Delilah to do? Evan, what did he want? What did they want her to do? To find out Samson's secret to his strength, and they would give her 1,100 silver coins if she told them. And so did Delilah agree? Yes, she did. So when Delilah asked Samson the first time, where did he get his strength? What did he tell her the first time? Let me see. Serenity, what did Samson tell her the first time when she asked? Okay, Josiah, what did he tell her whenever she said, tell me your secret? And he told her, if you do this, then I will be weak.
Don't know.
Okay. All right. Anybody knows at least one of the things he told her? Let's say that. One of the things, not the actual thing, what were one of the, I guess you could say, lies he told her, untruths that he told her, that if you did this, then I would not have strength. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, he told her, yeah, he told her that if she tied him up with 7 bowstrings, fresh bowstrings, that he would become weak. So he told her that if she tied him up with the 7 strings, the fresh that would never been dried, that he will become weak. So she does that, right? So the Philistines come in, but what ends up happening when the Philistines come in? Dennis, what ends up happening?
He breaks the rope.
He breaks free, right? And Delilah realizes that Samson did not tell her the truth, right? But does she give up? No. So tell me another thing that Samson told her. So he told her about the 7 strings. What's another thing he told her? That if you do this, then I will be weak. If you do this. So now, yes, y'all can raise your hands now because I think we did everybody. Yes. Okay, Camille?
If she braided his hair into 7 braids.
Yes, if she would braid his hair in 7 braids. But was that the truth?
No.
That also was not the truth. And so she was like, Samson, you're not telling me the truth, Samson. What was another thing he told her? So the 7 strings, the 7 braids, one more thing he had told her. Okay, one more thing he told her. If you do this, I will be weak.
if you grab strings, fresh strings
Mhm,
that have never been used,
mhm.
I'll be weak.
Yes, the 7 ropes. If he said, if you find ropes that have never been used, I will become weak. Good. Was that true? No. So how many times did Delilah total? How many times did she ask Samson before he finally broke down and told her? How many times did she, I mean, we literally just said it. How many times? Okay, Kinley? 3. So she kept coming 3 times, nagging him day after day. Samson, please, tell me. I need to know. Tell me. Finally, after 3 times, Samson breaks down. And when she finally asks for the 4th time, what does Samson tell her? Where does he get his strength from? Where does he get it from? Okay, Solomon?
Nazareth?
Okay, he was a Nazarite, but what about being a
His hair.
Nazarite? Yes, his hair. What had he never done to his hair?
Cut it.
Cut it. He told her, he said, I'm a Nazarite. I've never cut my hair. And because of that, I have this strength. So Delilah, fine. Now, was this true? I'm sorry. Was this true? Yes, this was actually the thing. And so she, she tells the Philistines. And so when they come in to get Samson, what happens then? He was weak. And so they were able to what? Capture him. So tell me, raising your hand, what did they do? They finally were excited. They captured Samson. What did they do to him? 2 things they did to him to kind of bring him down. Larry, what did they do? Tell me one thing.
Put him in jail.
They put him in jail. Okay, what else did they do to him, Nariah? They took his eyes out. They blinded him, right? And they put him in jail. And basically, they made him a what? Because he had to work for them in the jail. He became a what, Harlem?
A slave.
He became a slave to the Philistines, right? But as Samson is in this low place, did God forsake him? No, of course not, right? The Lord did not forsake Samson, right? And I told you, probably in this time, he was able to really think about a lot of the decisions that he made that led him to this point. So I would like to believe that Samson really made an effort to change, right? He really decided that he would do the right thing because he had a purpose. He did. He was put on the earth to deliver the people from the Philistines. That is what God put him on the earth for. That was what he told his mom. And so Samson had time to think, right? But as he's in jail being the slave, what happens? What happens to Samson as he's in jail this whole time? What happens, Carly?
The Philistines had a party.
Before that, anybody can tell me what happens to him while he's in jail? Meaning everything wasn't over. Dennis?
His hair grew.
His hair grows back. And remember, that's where he got his strength from. So his hair grows back, right? So the Lord allows his hair to grow back. So remember, the Philistines are having this big celebration because they're celebrating that they captured Samson, right? And so the people are like, well, this is a perfect time to bring Samson out. Go get him, bring him out, right? Because what did the people want to do? What did they want to do when they brought Samson out? Why did the people want to see Samson? Okay. Anybody? Harlem? Your hand? Yeah, your hand is up.
They're gonna pick with him.
Yes, they wanted to make fun of him. They wanted to say, you were a champion. Now look at you, Samson. You're blind. You're a slave. So they were like going to make fun of him. So Samson, they placed him in the center of the room. And they were mocking him, making fun of him, picking at him, right? So Samson asked the young boy to do what? He says, can you, I was going to say, What does he ask the young boy to do? The pillars. He said, can you place my hands on the pillars so I could rest, right? But really, was Samson looking to rest? No, right? In this moment, he had a plan. So for the first time, since we've learned about Samson, what does Samson do in this moment? I told you this was the first time we've ever talked about him doing this. What does he do? He prays. Then he asks the Lord, he says, God, can you do what? One more time. He says, can you do something one more time? Larry, what does he ask the Lord to do? To
give him lots of strength.
He says, can you strengthen me one last time, Lord, that I may destroy these Philistines forever? And so when Samson pushes upon the pillars, what ends up happening to the whole building, I guess you could say? What ends up happening when he pushes upon the pillars?
It fell.
The whole building came crashing down. And I told you this was great because what did Samson do in this one act? He did what? Well, yeah, when it came crashing down, yeah, but I told you that it was the most.
He killed the most Philistines.
Yes, he slayed the most Philistines in all of his life in that one moment. He slayed all of the Philistines and they were destroyed. And so now the Israelites would not have to worry about the Philistines anymore because Samson, their champion, had finally destroyed them, right? And so I told you it's unfortunate because this is the end of Samson, it's the end of his life. But he slayed the Philistines, right? He did do what God wanted him to do, and he slayed the Philistines. Okay, so this is what this will be most of the questions on the test on tomorrow. Everything that we reviewed. So if you need to go over the video, but really practice your scripture, Matthew 5:3, the Beatitudes, because remember, guys, once we finish all the Beatitudes, we'll have a big test on all of them. So make sure you're learning each one as we do it every week. Okay. All right, so that is it for our Bible reviewing all of our questions for today on Samson, the end of Samson's life. So this is our last week on Samson. Next week, we're moving on to the next thing. Okay. All right. So we have our phonics test today. I'll see everybody later on for your phonics test. Okay. So yeah, have a good day. I'll see y'all later on. Bye-bye.
Bye.